today we will start about the particular application of electric drives, and this class is important for 5th sem diploma electrical students. So students, this is from the chapter electric drives. So let us discuss about particular application of electric drives. Now industrial applications are far too numerous and is not practical to decide or decide the suitable of a particular electric motor except by way of broad guidelines for the purpose. So as you might also be aware that without electricity the life is next to impossible. So in these days we use electricity quite in every applications. So electricity is very essential in our day-to-day life. So we have to decide the motor, which kind of motor is used for a particular application. So we have to decide the kind of motor to be selected. Now it would be difficult even categorize them for this purpose, but the broad fields of applications are discussed as under. We will now suggest possible choice of motor for particular service, keeping all the view all external forces. Now let us discuss one by one. So first one is domestic application. So for domestic applications, small universal motor, usually series type, is used for various domestic appliances such as for domestic refrigerators, shavers, vacuum cleaners, mixie, cloth washing machine, etc. So these are the usual appliances which are used in house to house, that is your domestic appliances, and they are namely your electric shavers, vacuum cleaners, mixie, cloth washing machines, refrigerators, also mixie, that is your grinders, they are commonly used in every households. So now the second is your cranes. In cranes, DC series motor or DC compound motors are preferred on account of their high starting torque and easy speed control for lift, hoist, also for DC series motor and DC compound motors are used. So for cranes we usually prefer this DC series motor or compound motors. In lifts, DC compound wound or AC slip ring induction motor are used. To get speed control, Schonfield regulator method or Ward-Leonard method is used. So students, in case of lifts, this DC compound or AC slip ring induction motor are preferred. Now in lathes, milling and grinding machines, we usually drive at constant speed. So squirrel cage induction motor for milling, grinding machines, AC squirrel cage induction motors are used. So here the type of motor selected should be AC induction motor. For planer, a DC shunt motor or compound motor is used if DC supply is available, otherwise slip ring induction motor is used. For shapers and cranes, we use constant speed squirrel cage induction motor, and for punches and shears, we use or usually equipped with flywheel to supply momentarily demand of power. High slip squirrel cage induction motor is used for punches and shears. So for punches and shears, we use slip ring or squirrel cage induction motor. Now for machine tools, shears, to drive small portable tools such as drill, etc., high speed motors with gear arrangement are often used. DC series motor and slip ring induction motor is used in punches and shears. For electric traction, DC series motor, which is simple and robust, is used for suburban service where high rate acceleration is essential for mainline work, single phase AC. Compensated series motor are used. Due to poor starting torque, these motors are not suitable for suburban service. Now cement works. For cement work, 3-phase 11 kV slip ring induction motors are used, as the size of the motor used for rotating the kilns is very large. Actually, students, the kiln is a special part of a mixture machine which rotates at a constant speed and also in a very slow RPM. So, for rotating such kind of kiln, actually the spelling is KILN. So, this kiln is rotated very slowly. If you have observed any sponge iron, or if you have visited any plant, then you might have seen kiln which will be rotating in a very low speed. If you observe carefully only, you can notice that it is revolving. So it will revolve in say 20 or 25 rpm per minute. It will revolve 20 times. So you just imagine the speed of the kiln. So for those cement works, this 3-phase 11 kV slip ring induction motors are used. Now for belt conveyors, high torque squirrel cage or slip ring induction motor are used for this purpose. So belt conveyors, why belt conveyors? Because the raw material which has to be transported from one place to the another inside the plant is through belt conveyors. So this belt conveyors used high torque squirrel cage or slip ring induction motor for this purpose. Now refrigeration and air conditioning. For this refrigeration and air conditioning, a single phase 320 volt capacitor type induction motor with DOL starters are usually employed. Now in pumps, so drip proof, totally enclosed, polyphase, induction motor, squirrel cage type is case in case of centrifugal pumps, and slip ring type in case of reciprocating pumps are usually employed. Now in case of textile mills, students, 3-phase AC motors are used as their speed remains constant due to the dependency of supply frequency. The DC motors cannot be used because their speed varies with voltage. So with the change in the voltage, their speed also varies. So due to this reason, we use in textile mills the AC motors. Now for iron and steel industries, motor used in mill shops are DC, which are compoundly wounded, or induction motor. Speed control in case of DC motor is obtained by shunt field regulator or Ward-Leonard method. So this Ward-Leonard method is very largely employed inside the steel and your iron industries. Now we will draw the conclusion from this chapter. For selecting a particular motor for a particular drive, various factors have to be taken into consideration. So what are the factors we have to consider before selecting a particular motor? All these factors may not be the favor the same choice, and some of the factors may be conflicting. So students, there will be in any process of selecting a motor, if you will find 10 advantages, there will be some disadvantages which you cannot select those motor. So for instance, suppose a motor is low cost, easily available, but it has a very high power loss, and your factory, suppose the factory in which you are working or you own this factory, requires less power consuming motors, then this kind of motors cannot be selected. So similarly, there are some criteria on which the selection of motor is based upon, and you have to select by considering the requirement of the industry or the working function of the motor, and accordingly you have to select the motor. So we cannot just haphazardly select a motor and I mean work on it. So we have to consider our requirements, we have to work out with its advantages, we have also to have consider its disadvantages. If it fulfills our choices, then we should go for those kind of motors. Now for example, in a particular drive, a high starting torque is needed. Okay, for a particular drive, if you need high starting torque, which is the necessity of your job nature, so what should be the choices? Let us discuss now. The choice for a motor should be a naturally a DC series motor, but in the motor cannot be mounted in line with the drive. The choices is that of belt drive. Now belt drive cannot be used with DC series motor for fear of belt getting broken and motor running in no load, thus developing a infinitely high speed. So students, as we already know that series motors in case of DC we cannot run them without load. So during the case of this belt gets damaged or the load gets removed, what happens? It will gain very dangerous high speeds. As a result, it can cause the damage to the motors also. So these things cannot be used for your DC series motors. So thus other aspects of requirement, the choice of DC series motor, but it cannot be recommended to the drive used in belt drive. So where the belt drives are applied, we cannot go for a series DC series motor. Thus due to consideration has been given to each and every aspect before if motor is recommended for a use for any particular drive. Now specification for commonly used motors. Now we'll discuss some of the specification of commonly used motors. Commonly used motors are squirrel cage induction motor, slip ring induction motor, single phase induction motor, synchronous motor, DC series motor, and your DC shunt motor. Now important specification of these motors will include the following particulars. So what are the following particulars which will include? Now the rating in HP, that is horsepower, the voltage, speed, rating, that is continuous, intermittent or short time rating, ambient temperature, type of braking if used, types of supply, DC or AC or single phase or three phase, frequency, type of enclosure, type of drive, type of starting also. However, it should be noted that in general high speed motors are relatively less costly, having higher efficiency and are smaller in size. So with this the chapter is ended. You should go through these exercise questions also and try to make their solutions. It is a theory based, you will not find any numericals. So let us discuss the questions. I will just read out the questions so that it will be clear for you also to work with the questions. So if you have any problem with these questions also, you can ask in the Google platform, right, or in your Saturday meetings classes. Now state the advantages and disadvantages of electric drive over mechanical drive. So these questions I think you can easily attempt. What type of drive is being used in modern day industry, a group drive or an individual drive? So it is also a very nice one, you can go and answer them. Discuss the advantages of one over the other. Discuss briefly the various factors which are required to be considered for selecting a motor for a particular industry. Sketch and explain the performance of DC series motor and hence explain the applications for which it is most suitable. Draw and explain the speed, current, torque characteristics in with respect to DC series motor and DC shunt motor. Write down the various methods of controlling the speed of DC motors. Explain the method of rheostatic control for controlling the speed of DC shunt motor. Explain the tap changing method of speed control of DC series motor. Explain how the speed of DC shunt motor can be brought about or below the rated speed. State the various method of speed control of three-phase induction motor. Explain any of the one of the method in detail. What is the necessary of starter in induction motor? Explain any one of the method of starting. So students, with this we conclude this chapter. So if you have any doubts, you can ask through the Google Meet classroom. Thank you students.